In today's video, we're going to talk about your legendary commander investment order and a budget version of that. This is ideal for free-to-play players and low spenders. Now, we recently did a video on the commander tier list, and with this video, we are going to tie it up with that, and you will see in which order and how you work towards having those top commanders in your lineup. Now, as soon as you start playing Rise of Kingdoms, from day one you will have access to commanders like Charles, Minamoto, and Cao and few others, and these commanders come from either the VIP options such as Minamoto options, so you can buy it, or you get Charles and Cao and Mulan and all these other commanders from gold keys. When it comes to gold key commanders, general recommendation is do not invest gold heads as in universals in them, but Charles is probably the only exception. I normally recommend making your Charles 5511 just before your KVK 1 starts. Now, just before your KVK 1 starts, you may have your Charles already at 5-1 or 5-2 or 5-3. Basically make him 5-5-1-1 because you're going to use him quite a bit until Season of Conquest. Now, the first wheel commander that you will have access to is Richard, and the recommendation is make him 5-1-1-1. Now, you may say that you have more universal heads to make him 5-5. You may say you have more gems to spin him more. Our recommendation for low spenders and free to play is just keep him 5-1-1-1. You need the gems and gold heads later on, and that's for YSG, the second wheel commander. Now, for YSG, 5-5-1-1 is good enough, but you obviously work towards max. This is one of the rare commanders in this list who we are going to recommend to have him maxed because of his circular AoE. So every single gem, every single gold head, use on him. Third wheel commander, you're gonna have access to Alex. Alex first skill is good, but the second skill is the best, so we're going to recommend you to try to get him to 5-5-1-1. Again, even if you have spare gems, even if you have spare gold heads, don't work on him beyond 5-5-1-1 yet. Later on you will max him, but for now 5-5-1-1. Now, after Alex, on the side you will have few other commanders such as Edward or Khan. You're not going to even look at them, don't even bother spinning. Moving on, the next commander you'll invest in is going to be Guan. Now, for Guan, 5-1-1-1 is enough, and you don't need to spin him, or you don't need to use gold heads on him. As long as you get 5 on the first skill, that's good enough for a low spender or a free to play initially. Again, later on, if you have spare, you can do it, but not yet. The next commander you're going to spin for is going to be Ramses. Now, Ramses, I actually like him more as 5-5-5-1. Some people do use him from 5-5-1-1. That's not bad either. Now, remember the spare gold heads we talked about? This is where you may need him, because between 5-5 and 5-5-5, there is a big difference of 140 gold heads. Now, from Ramses, moving on, cavalry commander you're gonna spin the wheel for is going to be Takeda. Now, I know that this is probably not a popular choice amongst many people, but I like it especially for free to play and low spenders, because with him you have counter attack damage. Him with Attila obviously gives you a lot more kills than any other commanders, especially if you're low spender free to play. Now, with Takeda, you want him as 5-5-5-1. Next up, we got Alexander. Alexander is good from 5-5-1-1. You can use him from there, and he will pair well with this other commander who is William, and you can use him from 5-5-5-1. Now, guys, the first MGE commander that I'm going to include on this list is coming up now, and that's Attila, and that Attila is obviously for your Takeda. Now, that Attila, when you get the MGE, you may not have access to using him, as in you may not be able to get an unlock on him if you're a free to play or low spender, but then don't worry about it. Later on, you are going to be able to get him from Card King, and you also can get him from the legendary Tavern. So unlocking him is not going to be that difficult a little bit later on, and you can use him from 5-1-1-1, and he will be one of those commanders who you will work on the side to max later on. Now, the last commander on our investment list, or the RoK to glory list is going to be Harold. Now Harold, you can start using him from 5111, but then eventually you will work towards maxing him. But then let's talk about how your Season of Conquest marches will look like. Remember the Charles that you made 5511 during your KVK1? He's probably a little bit higher. Maybe if you're lucky he could be 5515 with some skill resets, and he's gonna pair with your Herald. The Herald may be 511 at start, but you do continue to work on him. Now the next pair is going to be your 5111 Guan with a 5511 Alex. That's your 2 infantry marches. Now your third march is going to be an archer, and you're going to have a 5551 Ramses with a maxed YSG hopefully, and then you're going to have 2 cavalry marches. Now for your first cavalry march, you're going to have a Nevsky 5511 with a William that should be 5551. Now my William is still there at 5511. I will get my Nevsky higher. The last march, or the last cavalry march, is going to be Attila starting from 5111 and Takeda 5551, and your Attila and Harold are gonna be the 2 commanders where your future universal gold heads are going to go towards. That, my friends, give you a budget option or a minimum investment option for all legendary commander 5 marches, which is going to cost you under 3000 gold heads. That's achievable even for a free to play. Now let's talk about your KVK 1 and 2 marches. How is that gonna look like? So you're going to have a Ethelflaed and a Mulan with mixed troops. How much ever you have them leveled up should be good enough. You're going to have a Richard. Now the Richard is going to be 5111, highly recommended, and that can go with a Beyond with infantry. This is going to be your first infantry march. Your second infantry march is going to be with a Charles, and the Charles can go with a Sansu. Sansu is almost a legendary, as everyone says. Now after that, you're going to have a cavalry march. Now for a cavalry march, you are going to have an epic, which is Pelagius. You can use the Pelagius with your CC. However, the CC is leveled up is fine. You can use a Minamoto as well if you're a low spender, so in that case it will be Minamoto and CC. Now next up we will have our 5th march and the last march, which is going to be archers, and for this you will use Kira. Now Kira I used a lot. She is really good for KVK 1 to even up to 3, and she will go with your maxed YSG. So that's going to be your main 5 marches for KVK 1 and 2. Now to get more out of your marches, when you have the museum option, you're obviously going to go with Ethelflaed buff, and then you're going to go with your YSG buff, and then you can use your Mulan buff, and I'm sure soon enough you're going to have enough coins or whatever it takes to get your 4th, and that's going to be Charles, because these are the commanders that you're going to be using until KVK 3 at least, and in some cases in Season of Conquest as well. So these are the museum buffs, and we already talked about the commanders. Hope this video was useful for you. Hope you know a little bit more about in which order to invest in your commanders. If you like the video, then definitely drop a like, and for more videos like this we need a subscribe so that you know when the next video comes out. And the next video should be about high spenders and medium spenders, where they are thinking about a rally or garrison option as well. So a commander investment guide for those type of players. Bye for now, see you soon.